guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's Newsstand, and I want to talk a little bit about Batman, a little bit about Bendis, and a little bit about what if. Now, there was a rumor going around last week when I was sick that Bendis would be the new permanent writer on the Batman title. This is because we found out Joshua Williamson's actual arc on that is only going to be 4 issues, which puts us to the new year with a new writer. Now, with all of that being said, before I go too much into this video, I don't think there's a chance in hell that Bendis is going to take over on Batman. Now, that is because he's doing his Jinx World stuff at Dark Horse and he has other projects in the works. I think he's just too busy. But then again, I don't know. He could take over. I do think that with their flagship title, there's Batman is their golden goose, right? I don't think that they would put somebody that clearly ruined sales on Superman. Now, a lot of the stuff with aging Jonathan Kent up was not Bendis's fault. It came from editorial and Dan DiDio, and that's a whole nother can of worms to open. But I want to talk what if, right? What if Bendis actually took over? Make sure it's Ram V DC. Listen to me, Ram V or Stephanie Phillips. Anyways, what if Bendis actually took over on the Batman title? What would we get? What could we expect? Oh boy, there could be a lot. So let's talk about the Bat family in general, because when you have that title, you do dictate a little bit as to what's going on. You and, of course, Ben Abernathy, but you dictate a little bit, right? So we're seeing Robin right now, a great title. After the Robin Lazarus tournament, my guess is Bendis will take control of Damian and have it be that Talia artificially ages him up, right? Causing him to be the same age as John, even using Leviathan tech to give him all the knowledge that he would actually skip over during those years. And then, Bendis also reveals that Damian's been gay the whole time and hooks him up with John. There we go. Shippers are happy. Everybody's aged up in the same age. And Damian can go along with those 5G plans that he was actually going to be the villain, right? So, also, while Batman is away, Bendis continues to expand upon Batman Inc., introducing a lot of new Batman, right? You've got to get those new characters in if you want to keep your title selling, because everybody in the speculator market needs that key comic. But unlike the one in Morrison that Morrison had created, these ones will make sure they truly represent their nations. They have their outfits matched too, right? Like, if you're from Iran, it'll be a woman who wears burqa, or if they're Scottish, they'll wear a kilt. And of course, there will be non-binary, gay, lesbian, etc. Batman too, right? Because it's Bendis, and that makes sense. Bendis will take over writing Jace, right? From John Ridley, but continue with Ridley's plans, and Jace will be the best Batman ever. Not because comics, not because that's usually a good answer. Usually it's, because comics. Nope. It's because he is black and he just happens to know what to do, right? Okay. All right. Bendis will bring in some new villains that represent a more modern day issue, like regression, like racism, like sexism. And of course, the bad guys will be white supremacists or white nationalists, Nazis, all of them. New villains to truly emphasize the real problems and making it as blatant as possible. Not even trying to do an allegory, because a good allegory in a comic is always welcome. But no, Bendis doesn't do allegories. So, Bendis will dedicate an entire issue. No action whatsoever in this entire issue, right? To Tim's first date with his new boyfriend. All talking heads, all fluff, all details, all different conversations, makes it feel like you're kind of watching a Lifetime show with an old date. Yeah, that sounds about right. So start to build on a storyline and bring in a major threat to Gotham to bring, Gotham to its knees yet again, right? Happens all the time. But this time, when it's over, crime will be at an all-time low, but not gone. We have to keep a little action. But when crime is at an all-time low, you can dedicate your pages of your book to fluff and talking heads. Now, Bendis will take over control of Batman Beyond. And even when that little future mini happened, right, in Urban Legends, he'll just retcon, whatever he wants to come up with, and then he'll match the type of future that he wants to do. And I'll make a lot of setups to his Legion series still, right? Maybe have Terry go to space and meet up with the different races. Who knows, right? Now, also, a big thing, a lot more new characters for Bendis to create so he can have the rights to them. Of course, not just wanting to get that speculators market. He absolutely wants the rights to them so he can earn money once Hollywood adapts them. I think there's a lot of things we could think of and come up with when it comes to what Bendis would do. Most notably, maybe write a good comic book. Now, I do think Bendis is a lot better with grounded heroes. I don't think he should have ever been on Superman. And like I said in the beginning, that was not all his fault. It absolutely was not. A lot of that was because of the terrible 5G plans and what we've seen kind of go through. And I think, to be fair, his run was terrible. There's no doubt about it. I dropped it myself. But with a truly grounded character, he could have done a lot better. If you see that Walmart series, the Batman universe, which in and of itself was not the worst thing that Bendis did, it wasn't actually bad. It just depends on if being put on this title, if they'll want to risk butting heads with Williamson's plan as far as Infinite Frontier and Justice Incarnate. It would all just depend. But I do think, obviously, a lot of this was hyperbole and joking around if Bendis would be put on this title. But in all seriousness, it would probably be better than Superman, but it also probably won't happen. I do think it was a bit of a troll, and I do think that they will put somebody a little cheaper. Let's be real, a little cheaper. Bendis is has a very expensive page rate, like top tier page rates. So I do think they'll probably put somebody cheaper on that. I'm hoping it's somebody that we've grown to love. Maybe, I guess I've got 3 that I would hope it is. One, of course, Stephanie Phillips or Ram V. And then I would also like to see Jeremy Adams get more work at DC Comics. His Flash run has been magnificent. Amazing run. And it doesn't get talked about enough. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think Bendis would do if he was placed on that Batman title? Do you think it would be good? Do you think it would be bad? Let me know in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.